Hi, this is Jake, and I run the chess club at the Creston-Dement Public Library, and I'm glad you're joining me today. This is part 7 in a series of videos that are for complete beginners to the game of chess. Today, we will be covering the special rule of castling. One of the basic principles of chess is to keep your king safe. After all, if you lose your king, you lose the game. Castling helps us to move our king to a safe position quickly. Let's play a few moves in this game that gets us into a position to castle. First, white will move to e1, trying to control the center of the board. Black plays e5, trying to accomplish the same. Knight to f3, trying to attack black's pawn. Black plays knight to c6, defending his pawn. White will play bishop to c4, again attacking the center. Black will play bishop to c5, as well attacking the center of the board. In this position, white is able to castle to help protect their king. Castling is the only time in chess you are allowed to move 2 pieces on the same turn, and it is also the only time that your king can move more than 1 square. To castle, you can move your king 2 squares towards the rook and place your rook on the opposite side of the king. Keep in mind that castling is considered a king move, so move your king first. Now, let's remove some of the other pieces to show off some of the rules of castling, as there are a few. First, to be able to castle, you need a clear path between your king and your rook. No other pieces can be in the way. Also, your king and the rook on the side you wish to castle cannot have moved yet during the game. You are able to castle on either side of the board. You can castle kingside, or you can castle queenside. Which are named after the side of the board the king and queen start on. Right, your king starts on the right-hand side here, and your queen would start on the left-hand side. So this is kingside, and this is queenside. Another rule of castling is that you may not castle while you are in check. For example, if this queen was on e7 and attacking the king, you would not be able to castle at this point in time. You also may not castle if your king were to travel through a square that would put them in check, or end up in check. For example, now, the queen on c4 is attacking in these directions. Your king would not be able to castle kingside, because he would have to travel through the f1 square, which the queen controls. And he would also not be able to castle queenside, as he would end up in check. Now with the black queen on b5, is white able to castle? I'll give you a moment to think. The white king cannot castle kingside, as the black queen still attacks the f1 square, and the king cannot travel through it to castle. But if you said that the king can castle queenside, you're correct. While the rook may be traveling through the b1 square, the king will not, so he is able to castle. The important thing is the king cannot travel through check. Those are the rules of castling. That's all for today's video. Next week, I will cover the rule of en passant. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you and your king stay safe.